What's up, guys? Got a little FPV video here for you, and we'll be talking about the Walksnail VRX here in 2024. So, I started building planes again, built my little He-Wing VTOL, and I didn't want analog, didn't want to mess with HD0, so I decided to finally jump in to the Walksnail system and pick up a VRX kit. And you can see I've kind of went full bore here. I think when you get one of these Walksnail VRXs and you want to improve the performance of it, you pretty much end up here with all these different antennas and antenna mods and 3D prints and all that kind of stuff. You just kind of end up here even with today. And honestly, the performance of it, in my opinion, I own DJI V1 with Vistas, and right off the bat, this thing performs definitely better than it did as far as image quality. The camera selection, of course, makes up for any type of differences for low light. You got the gyroflow stabilization. Right, in these days, we don't have to worry about messing with anything with OSDs and all that kind of stuff. We've got onboard recording built into them. The one thing, though, is the performance of the system is still very wonky. Like, you want a 1080p system, but it doesn't really work that well at 1080p. So I'm still running mine pretty much in the default settings, 720p, standard bit rate, high frame rate, because I do have the HD0 goggles, so I can run it with the high frame rate. And, it's getting the job done for me. I've went with some modifications, as you can tell here. Probably going to be modifying it a little bit more. At some point, though, there's just this definite law of diminishing returns. Once you swap these out, these little patch antennas, which everybody's going to tell you are not that good, once you get rid of those and go to something like this, you really are just kind of throwing money at the wall and hoping that something would stick. For example, if I go with the $110 a pair X Air 2s on here, how much better is it actually going to work compared to these? I picked up these cheaper little, Pagoda triple feed patch things that work, I think, very well with the system. And, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Now, I have the V2 video transmitter in the He-Wing and running it at 700 milliwatts. We all know that running it at like 1,000 or 1,200 really doesn't do a whole lot for you, but it looks like actually the new Nano V3 running at 500 milliwatts from the videos that I've seen actually performs better with its 500 milliwatt limit single antenna than a 700 milliwatt dual antenna V1 version. But then the V1 version, of course, you had trouble with the OSDs and all of that kind of stuff that was out there as well. So a lot of stuff is a lot better than it used to be, though. We can do things like we can sync our OSD information now with our videos really easy. It's simple to do. Like, if we want to just go ahead and do something like that real quick, you just download like this little tool, and if we put in the video of the final flight that I did the other night right here, it's going to just go ahead and align all that stuff for you, and you can go ahead and move things around. It's going to import your font and all that kind of stuff, and you basically just hit start render here, and it's going to basically render that all out, and it is going to spit out a video with the OSD overlaid that then you can share here on YouTube, and we'll play through it right here. And I'll just kind of show you what's going on as far as like the penetration and all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm flying way over open fields. I can get as much distance out of it pretty much as I want or feel comfortable with by going as high as I can go. The performance down low, at least for me, with all systems has not been well, because I'm trying to shoot through trees and everything, even though I am up and elevated a little bit here at my home. I really wish there was a way that they could unlock like a little bit more power out of this thing, that like I could just get my solid 25 megabits per second out to however many miles I wanted to go and not have to worry about it. But unfortunately, it's just does not seem to be the case. As I said before, every little modification I've done after the main modification, even going from this to this, really didn't make a whole big of a lot of difference according to my flights and my data. I do have a higher gain 2.6 dB gain antenna coming to put on the actual airplane itself. Right now it's got like a 1.9 or 1.7 antenna on there as far as the gain value, luminaire axis, something like that. So we'll see if that makes any bit of a difference. But really when it comes down to it, it comes down to finding that right combination of gear. And I think that if I wanted to spend more money, instead of even buying better antennas, I think probably the next thing that I will get, just because I'd like to put one in another quad or in another plane, or even this plane, because this VTOL plane is amazing. I've always wanted to like take off from my house and then just fly around everywhere, since I'm surrounded by fields, and now I can do that. It's great. That plane just is amazing, and we'll see where it goes. But just wanted to give a quick update to anybody that was thinking about like getting this system. I know there's a lot of talk now about their goggles and all that kind of stuff. I would probably never recommend those goggles just because you're so limited. I mean, I got my package right here. We've got HD0, we've got analog, and we've got Walksnail. And if I want to go to HD0, all I got to do is pop that off, unplug it right there, and now I've got my HD0 set up. Or I can take those patches off and pop those right onto here. And then when I'm ready to fly with Walksnail again, I got my dual lock here. I could just pop it right on there, and boom, we're ready to go. So it really doesn't get any easier. So HD0 goggles, a VRX, you're not losing really anything. Software, firmware updates, everything went smooth. The playback on this all is just, the whole experience like now is very smooth and very ironed out. So I was definitely happy with all that. And again, like with all the cool little things here, like the HD OSD overlay, it's just pretty good. So I would definitely recommend, if you're looking to go into digital FPV like at this time in June 2024, definitely give the Walksnail VRX a try. I don't think you will be disappointed at all. So hope that helps some of you guys out. We will talk to you all later. Peace.